Romulan warbird to Kel. We are transmitting orders for you to return to the neutral zone. You are relieved. We will complete the attack on the Klingons.
By whose authority?
This is Commander Vorsh on a mission for the Tal Shiar. By Romulan law, I will have to report your disobedience.
We will return after we verify these orders.
The warbird has departed, sir. Holographic masking technology deactivated.
It won't take the Romulans long to learn that those orders are falsified. Prepare an away team. Admiral?
Captain, I've been briefed on the situation. Can the away team handle this mission?
Having trained the crew of the incursion personally, I estimate a high probability that they will accomplish all mission objectives.
The situation out there is delicate. There can be no room for errors.
The team has received rigorous training with the new infiltration technologies. I have witnessed the team wield these technologies with unsurpassed proficiency. They are ready, sir.
Send in the away team.
Captain Raffelian's log, stardate 54801.3. The maiden voyage of the USS Incursion has proven successful. Commander Data, the crew's technical advisor, has joined us for the first test of the holographic masking system, a technology that allows the Incursion to disguise itself holographically as any ship. During our test, we infiltrated Klingon space and received a distress signal from a Klingon cruiser under attack from a Romulan warbird. By disguising the Incursion as another warbird, we tricked the Romulans into departing the sector temporarily and rescued some of the Klingon ship's crew. The Klingons told us that Lat Trol, a nearby Klingon research station, was also under attack by Romulan forces. Starfleet Command has ordered the Incursion to investigate the situation discreetly and rescue essential Klingon personnel. Sensors are detecting massive firefights across the station between Romulan Centurions and the remaining Klingon warriors, so the situation is extremely dangerous. I have no doubts that the away team I have chosen will handle the situation appropriately.
The Romulans have breached most of the Klingon defense systems and will soon control the entire station. You will likely encounter strong resistance from Romulan forces. Your primary objective is to rescue 2 captured Klingon scientists to ascertain the purpose of the Romulans' attack. Your secondary objective is to assist Klingon warriors directly engaged with Romulan Centurions. Since this is your first mission, I will monitor your movements with the Incursion sensors and guide you through some of the encounters.
Stay focused on the mission objectives and watch your back. Outside of this area is a battle zone, and there's a Romulan target that's in our way.
Select your entire team by clicking and dragging a selection box around them. When they are selected, click an area behind the Romulan to move the team into combat position.
For Starfleet.
Once the team is in position, right-click on the lower right inventory bar and select the phaser. Now move the cursor over the Romulan. When the targeting cursor turns green, click to fire the selected weapon. Excellent. That task is complete. Now, sneak around the building to the north and avoid the landmine. There is a Romulan lookout ahead. Select Tandorla and equip her sniper rifle. Have her move into a firing position that avoids the Romulan's line of sight. When the crosshairs of the sniper rifle are green, you have a clear shot.
Precisely.
A well-thrown concussion grenade from Captain Raphelion would likely incapacitate the group of Romulans.
A sound strategy.
All of the Romulans attacking the Klingon have been eliminated. Approach the trapped Klingon warrior so he is aware of your presence to complete part of the secondary objective.
I know just the cure for that.
For duty and honor.
Federation soldiers, I am grateful for your assistance. Now I must battle more Romulans. Qapla'!
Jamas!
I recommend taking a path around the battle area to avoid a crossfire between Romulan and Klingon forces.
This'll only sting a little.
Next, select Medical Officer Serta and order her to crouch by toggling the movement mode icon at the bottom left corner of the interface. Then move Serta behind the Romulan guard and use her neural disruptor to incapacitate the Romulan.
Sweet dreams, Romulan weasel.
Sensors are detecting a small cloaking signature near the Romulan vessel. Engage the Romulan Centurion and acquire the portable cloaking technology. Ivan Varov, your science officer, should be able to use the cloaking device.
I'm hit! I'm hit!
Typical shoddy Romulan engineer.
I'm hit!
But I think I can salvage this cloaking suit.
Jamas!
I'm hit!
Federation intruders!
I'm hit! I'm hit! I'm hit!
Once the area is secured, move Science Officer Ivan Varov to the control panel. Then use his computer skill to deactivate the force field.
Intruder!
Of course.
Federation officers, your assistance is surprising, but certainly welcome. The Romulans attacked us without warning. They are attempting to steal our research. They must not be allowed to take the contagion. I assume by your presence that the other researchers that left before the Romulan attack made it through to Starfleet.
I know nothing about these other researchers. I must get you to safety. Energize.
Good work. There's still one more scientist on the other side of this base.
And more Romulans to take care of.
Let's keep moving.
No. You'll pay for that.
Science officer, ready to go.
Well fought. These Romulans stand no chance against our combined might. The Romulans are trying to capture our scientists and their research. We must not allow that to happen.
I'm under fire.
I will toast your honor in Sto-Vo-Kor. Or at least my comrades will.
Of course.
You honor me. 2 other scientists left to meet a Federation vessel before the Romulans attacked. The scientists were researching a recently discovered alien contagion. We must not allow dishonorable Romulans to possess such a weapon.
Energize.
Captain, long-range sensors are detecting Romulan vessels entering the system. I recommend we depart quickly. What is the status of your team?
Mission objectives are complete, Commander Data. 4 to beam up. Captain's log, stardate 54802.7. We have interrogated the rescued Klingons and learned that several of their fellow scientists left the Loktrol station yesterday. These Klingons were planning to rendezvous with a Federation starship, the USS Lake Gulf. According to the salvage medical records, these researchers had a highly volatile biological agent in their possession. I have relayed this information to Starfleet. Admiral Nolatai immediately ordered the incursion to pursue the researchers and find the Lake Gulf. Our ship's sensors have been tracking an ion stream left behind by the Klingon researchers' shuttle. We expect to locate the Lake Gulf in a few hours. Captain's log, supplemental. After adjusting ship sensors to detect the ion trail of the USS Lake Gulf, we have discovered the starship adrift in the Omegle sector. Despite significant damage to its hull, shields are still functioning, preventing us from beaming a team over. Engineer Slovak has already prepared a shuttle that can penetrate the shield harmonic and board the Lake Gulf. We do not yet know if the escaped Klingon scientists or their mysterious biological agent had anything to do with the attack on the Lake Gulf. I am confident that my away team will soon learn what happened.
Select your entire team, now. Despite internal damage to the ship, sensors are detecting numerous life forms on several decks. Begin your investigation by proceeding to the turbolift. From our scans, we have determined that Captain Jirai and the Klingon scientists are currently on the security deck. It is logical to assume that Captain Jirai will be able to explain why the Lake Gulf is disabled. Go to the security brig and discern what happened to the Lake Gulf.
I'm hit!
That was a Federation crew member. Why should they be attacking us? Tame, set your weapons to stun.
Logic dictates. The mind meld has been severed.
7 Gamma.
The captain and the crew are infected. You must stop them before they destroy.
Captain Jirai, you are in violation of the Prime Directive. You will surrender immediately.
Logical.
Lockdown.
My mind to your mind. Your thoughts to my thoughts. Fascinating. Captain Jirai's mind is fragmented. His thoughts are chaotic. The experience is quite unpleasant. No one will leave this ship alive. Our plans will not be discovered. Captain Jirai has sabotaged this vessel by closing the emergency plasma cooling vent for the warp core. If we do not reopen the vent, the warp core will rupture and destroy this ship. We must make our way to the turbolift with haste and gain access to the vent controls.
It's hard for me to believe that Captain Jirai would turn rogue like this. Besides Captain Picard, Captain Rix, and a handful of other elite command officers, he's one of Starfleet's best captains.
Empirical evidence suggests Captain Jirai didn't willingly choose to go rogue.
Turbolift system reinitiated.
Stop! I need assistance! I'm hit! Give it up. need assistance. I'm hit. Yes, sir.
This looks like a job for an engineer.
As logic dictates. The plasma buildup is reaching a critical level. I believe I can override the vent subsystems from this console. The warp core is stabilized and the temperature is dropping. Tapping into the ship's computer, I have also downloaded the late Gulf's recent logs. We can take these back to the incursion to learn what has occurred here.
Congratulations, Marcus. Your team did very well. The information they gathered gave us some clues about the late Gulf mutiny. Medical logs from the late Gulf indicate that the Klingon scientists had been transporting an unidentified biological agent. The logs did not contain enough information for our scientists to determine the nature of the agent, but there are other references that concern Starfleet. We were able to isolate some encrypted files from the late Gulf's main computer. Most of the information is still encrypted, but our specialists managed to decipher enough of it to determine that the mutineers aboard the late Gulf were planning to deliver the ship and the crew to the Romulan outpost Chetsia 3. We have no solid proof that the Romulans created the biological agent or directly caused the mutiny. So I'm ordering the incursion to proceed to Chetsia 3 and infiltrate the outpost. Gather what information you can from their computer networks without being detected. The news of the late Gulf mutiny concerns me greatly. I knew Aaron Jirai personally, and I believe he would never intentionally act against the Federation. Yet I can find no reason for his treachery. We've had limited progress breaking the encryption of the late Gulf's main computer files, so I'm recalling Commander Data to assist with the investigation. While we continue to analyze the files, it's imperative that you proceed to Romulan space and investigate Chetsia 3. If the Romulans have created a weapon that can disrupt entire Starship crews, we must eliminate that threat immediately.
Sir, we just finalized the designs for a remote-controlled explosive device. We have been able to stabilize the remote mechanism to function in just about any environment. This weapon will allow security officers to place mines and detonate them at whatever moment they choose.
Select your entire team, now.
The team will beam in just outside the outpost. You'll need to guide the team to the remote terminal located here. To lower the containment field, you'll need to access 2 security terminals within the outpost. If the team is seen by any of the surveillance towers, the evidence will have to be erased. This can be done at the remote terminal.
This area supports an abundant variety of plant life. With my extractor, I can collect plants and make useful items. Certainly.
Be careful. We do not want to be caught by those surveillance cameras.
I concur.
Certainly.
I can do this if I use my security skill.
Logical.
Intruder! Intruder!
I'm under attack!
Federators!
I'm under attack! I can do this. I have tapped into the remote terminal and downloaded the pertinent information in the database. Away team to incursion, ready for extraction.
I have tapped into the remote terminal and downloaded the pertinent information in the database. Away team to incursion, ready for extraction.
Captain's log, supplemental. I continue to be impressed by the skills of my crew. The information recovered from the Chetsia 3 database contains vital access codes that might help Commander Data unlock the Lake Gulf's main computer files. In addition, we recovered transmissions between the Romulans on Chetsia 3 and the USS Lake Gulf indicating that they had been communicating for the past 3 weeks. Accumulated evidence indicates a conspiracy between Romulan forces and a splinter Federation faction. I can only speculate as to how deep this conspiracy might run.
Using the access codes from Chetsia 3, Commander Data decrypted the protected files from the Lake Gulf's main computer. Hidden in those files is a disturbing communication web between the group of Romulans on Chetsia 3, the Lake Gulf, and a secret cadre of Starfleet officers on Earth called the Wardens. According to the translated information, these Wardens are under the command of Admiral Quay, the new Commandant of Starfleet Academy. Regrettably, whoever or whatever compromised the crew of the Lake Gulf has also corrupted several ranking members within Starfleet Command. Admiral Quay has surrounded himself with powerful allies, and he influences both Starfleet Command and Starfleet Academy. I can't move against him directly. Marcus, I need the incursion to return to Earth immediately to stop the insurgency before it spreads. Nullify out.
Sir, we've been able to remodulate the harmonic pulse of our phasers. The upgrade should tighten its distortion frequency. This should amplify the power discharge accordingly on all our standard-issue phaser weapons. All away team personnel will receive this upgrade immediately.
Select your entire team, now.
The OA team will beam in here, beyond range of any security cameras. If a camera spots the team, we must then proceed to the surveillance control building and erase the evidence. My primary mission objective is to disable the campus security systems located here in the security wing. Once the security systems are offline, we must gain access to Admiral Quay's office located here in the administration's building. Admiral Quay must be rendered unconscious before we beam him aboard. Remember, this is Starfleet Academy, so casualties are not permitted.
These guards that oppose us are innocents. No harm must come to them. Use stun weapons and stealth tactics to avoid confrontations.
I know just that.
If I can maneuver close enough, I can use my electromagnetic grenade to disrupt the surveillance monitor long enough for us to pass by.
Yes, sir? I have disabled the security system. We should be able to move around the campus a little easier, as well as gain access to the main administration's building where Admiral Quay is located.
Away team, I've just intercepted an encoded transmission pertaining to some new holographic technology being developed here in the Starfleet Academy Science Lab. Find out where the plans are stored. It'll be a great asset to your arsenal.
Science will guide us.
Be careful, everyone. Admiral Quay is the Commandant of Starfleet Academy. Security will be tight, and we don't want to harm innocents.
I am downloading the schematics and plans for the holographic technology now. I should be able to replicate its design back on board the Incursion.
Engineering, commence the transportation of Admiral Quay when ready. Good work. Now let's get out of here before Federation's... Captain's log. Supplemental. After the away team brought Admiral Quay to the incursion, our medical team performed a thorough neurological examination. Dr. Thatcher believes that a highly advanced device, one beyond current Federation technology, was used to alter the Admiral's brain for some specific purpose. We attempted to question Admiral Quay, but conventional interrogation proved ineffective. With my permission, Slovak performed a Vulcan mind meld to extract some vital information. Slovak sifted through Quay's mind and discovered that these wardens intend to strike against Commander Data to stop his investigation. There is some small satisfaction in knowing Admiral Quay did not willingly commit treason. It's possible there is a connection between his condition and the biological agent from the Klingon station. But until we isolate the cause for the Admiral's condition, I have quarantined him to sickbay.
Captain Raffelian, your team has done Starfleet a great service by exposing the Warden's plot. Unfortunately, I suspect Starfleet Command is still controlled by a faction of Wardens loyal to Admiral Quay. If the information gleaned from Admiral Quay is correct, Data is in grave danger. When Data arrived on Earth, I ordered him to continue his investigation at Starfleet Command Headquarters. He has not reported back since. All my efforts to investigate the Admiral's allies have been blocked. And since there is currently no way of detecting whether someone is a Warden agent, I have been unable to move directly against them. I am ordering you to send a team to infiltrate Starfleet Command and rescue Commander Data.
My work on epidermal matrices has finally paid off. I believe I have further isolated a non-organic Klingon chemical compound that aids in recombination. All of our medical hyperspray should now heal with greater efficiency.
Select your entire team, now.
The team will be beamed near a location where our operatives have opened a temporary hole in base shielding. Make your way inside Starfleet headquarters to the War Room, where Data is currently accessing the central database. Once you encounter Data, leave through the rear exit and make your way to the base shielding area. The shields will have to be taken down before the team can be beamed out. We believe all of these guards to be Warden operatives, so use whatever means necessary to secure your objectives.
Give it up. Halt.
It appears Admiral Nolatai was right. The Wardens have infected Starfleet officers. We should assume most of the guards here are hostile.
Halt. Stop. This area is restricted. Sick bay. I should replicate some aspirin. Possible security breach.
What is transpiring here?
The birth of a new galactic order, Commander. And since you cannot be converted, you are in our way.
I have been attacked. Combat subroutines engaged. I am in harm's way. I am in harm's way. your assistance is appreciated. I assume this attack was initiated because of my research into the Warden presence on Earth. I did not expect such an aggressive response. The Warden presence must be stronger than I had surmised.
Commander, we need to escort you out of here.
Of course. Please proceed. First, this camera must be taken offline. The controls for it must be in this vicinity.
Give it up. Medical emergency. Give it up.
I'm hit!
I am under attack.
Security breach. Stop! Stop! This area is restricted.
I am under attack.
Hold!
Must focus beyond pain.
I'm under attack.
Give it up.
Scans are indicating a device nearby that shares neurological abnormality readings with the frequencies I have been studying. I must retrieve this device. No one else should touch it.
Time for a surgical strike.
Certainly. The device is emanating random ionic field pulses in response to my touch. It should be put under quarantine and studied when we get back to the incursion.
Stop! Halt!
Ah! Science will guide.
I'm under fire!
I can do this if I use my computer skill. Shields are down.
Incursion. Base shields are down. Beam us up.
Because of the courageous efforts of your crew, the Warden's conspiracy to control Starfleet Command has been stopped. Using the limited information you secured from Admiral Quay, we've started an investigation to locate other Warden members on Earth. But there is another serious concern. After completing his investigation of the Lake Gulf logs, Commander Data discovered a link between high-ranking Klingons and the Wardens. Recent internal disturbances on Kronos, the capital of the Klingon Empire, confirm our fears that the Wardens have found allies among the Klingons as well. It's possible that the handheld device you discovered near Starfleet headquarters is a delivery system for whatever the Wardens are using to convert people to their cause. We must develop a defense against the Warden weapon. So have your scientists and engineers analyze the device thoroughly. In the meantime, the incursion will proceed to Kronos and determine whether the Wardens have indeed infiltrated the ranks of the Klingon High Council. Good luck, Marcus. The political crisis on the Klingon homeworld has worsened. Trusted sources on the planet tell us that the Klingon High Council is convening to discuss a possible attack against the Federation. I have every intention of preventing this. Our sources also report that Ambassador Worf has disappeared. His absence will make negotiations impossible. Now you must find Ambassador Worf so he can help defuse the situation. Good luck, Captain.
Captain, thank heavens you're safe. At least now there is still hope to save the ship.
Ivan, what's happened?
Mutiny. A group of crew members calling themselves Wardens have taken over engineering and now control the ship. They've gone mad.
Mutiny? The contagion from the late Gulf must be affecting our crew.
Many are affected, but not all. A few loyal crew members are scattered across the ship.
Set phasers for stun, then. We don't want to harm our own crew. Let's gather the others before we move against these Wardens. Then we'll see about taking back my ship.
Aye, Captain.
I've been tracking the status of the warp core. Breach is imminent, but there is still time for us to beam to engineering and get the warp core back online. The device we recovered from the Wardens, a cranionecrotizer, is no longer in the secure research lab. It seems Chief Engineer Ijula has the necrotizer in her possession.
I was almost picked up by one of the patrols. The infected crew turned hostile on the engineering deck. Security is very tight there.
Give it up. Stop.
That hurt!
I was stunned from behind by a hostile crew member. Do not be concerned. I am ready for duty.
I should be able to use my terminal repair skill on this. I will beam us to a cargo holding room close to the warp core. Sensors indicate heavy patrols in the area.
Give it up.
I'm under attack. I'm wounded. I'm hit.
Security! Intruder alert!
That containment field needs to be taken down. Lieutenant Sedek, see what you can do. Lieutenant Sedek, we need that warp core back online, now.
Captain, the warp core is becoming unstable. I will reroute the command controls from here. It looks like this is the station Brexen was using to reroute the ship's controls to her location. Okay, the main computer is back online and I have recalibrated the warp core.
Captain's log, supplemental. Thanks to the extraordinary efforts of my away team, we have repaired the fracture in the matter-antimatter containment fields and saved the incursion. By flooding the lower decks with Deutrillan gas, we have incapacitated the crew members infected by the Wardens. Until a cure can be found, we will have to sedate infected crew members. Complicating matters, a force of Borg drones boarded the incursion and captured Chief Engineer Brexen Ajula. Not only was Engineer Ajula infected, she also possessed a handheld device capable of spreading the contagion. It seems the Borg are also interested in the Wardens, and we must learn why. Captain's log, supplemental. We are being held by a tractor beam emanating from the Borg cube. Undoubtedly, the Borg will attempt to assimilate the incursion soon. I will need a team capable of an infiltration mission to place highly volatile antimatter mines around critical areas of the Borg cube. The team must also rescue Engineer Ajula and recover the Warden device. There is no margin for error with this mission. Failure will ensure our assimilation. Sensor scans of the Borg cube have detected 4 main processing terminals responsible for the tractor beam's operation. Our primary objective is to place antimatter charges at the 4 processing terminals. Once the charges are placed, we'll beam back to the incursion and detonate the explosives. To navigate through the Borg corridors, we'll need to deactivate force fields by finding their localized control terminals.
The Borg really creep me out. Their movement is so unnatural.
It is not logical to fear the Borg more than any other aggressive race, Dr. Thatcher.
I think I can open that door if I can rewire the data conduits, but that will definitely get the attention of nearby drones.
You will be assimilated.
This entire place feels alive. Even the walls seem to have an awareness. Most unusual. These Borg are utilizing phaser weapons. It is possible these Borg separated from the collective and adapted to their new environment. If that is the case, these Borg could prove very unpredictable. I recommend extreme caution.
I live to protect.
Indeed.
Certainly.
We are
Comrades, aid me!
Resistance is futile. We are Borg.
How can I help?
You will be assimilated. Resistance
I'm hit.
is futile. Resistance
I'm under attack.
is futile.
I'm wounded.
We are Borg. We are Borg.
Help!
Captain, I'm not reading any signs of infection in Brexin Ajula. However, she is unconscious.
All of the charges have been placed, ready to beam out.
Some sort of field is disrupting the remote transporting system. I do not think I can redefine our positions. Transporting out may not be an option.
Captain, what is the status of your team?
Commander Data, it's good to hear you. Are you ready on your end?
Of course. I have been able to transmit through the cube's shielding, bypassed the Borg security systems, and isolated your positions. Commander Data's personal log. The away team's successful sabotage of the Borg cube's power grid has enabled the incursion to break free of the tractor beam. Starfleet has been informed of the Borg's presence and has sent starships to ward off further Borg invasions. We have resumed course to Kronos to investigate the possibility that the Wardens have infiltrated the ranks of the Klingon Empire. Captain Raffelian has asked me to examine a vial of Borg serum recovered from the Borg cube. We have discovered that the Borg created the serum to counteract the effects of the Warden device. Dr. Thatcher has used the Borg serum to restore the incursion crew members that were affected by the Warden contagion.
I've been informed of the mutiny aboard your vessel in the Borg attack. I'm relieved that your team survived. Now you must continue on your current heading toward Kronos. With the High Council on the brink of declaring war against the Federation, my options range from few to none. We suspect the Wardens have captured Ambassador Worf. His last transmission was traced to a heavily guarded city district of Kronos. Your mission is to infiltrate the city and find Ambassador Worf. It's imperative that the Klingons are not alerted to your presence. Now, Marcus, if your team is detected or captured, the political repercussions would be dire. Good luck.
Sir, I believe I have further stabilized the phased packet of particles emitted from the security officer's sniper rifle. It should maintain cohesion for a greater length of time, increasing distance.
Select your entire team, now.
The away team will beam in outside the city gates beyond the range of the city's transport inhibitor field. The wardens are holding Ambassador Worf in a heavily patrolled section of the city. We'll need to watch for the cargo guards as we make our way through the outpost entrance. Once we have rescued Ambassador Worf, we must safely escort him through the city and return to the beam-in point for retrieval.
Ah, the Klingon homeworld, home to a lethal ecology of flora and fauna. I think I'll like it here.
Affirmative.
Sound the alarm. Sound the alarm.
Science will guide us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sniper time.
Of course. Of course.
Of course.
Engineer,
Certainly.
ready
Yeah,
to go.
sniper time.
Science
Yes, sir.
will guide
course.
us.
Get me out of their sights.
Yes, sir.
With haste.
Of course.
I lead by example. Ambassador Worf, I am Captain Marcus Raffelian. We need to get you back to the Klingon High Council to meet with Chancellor Martok. We must hurry. There are many forces aligned against us.
Time is limited. The situation is critical. We must fight together to destroy this threat. If we do not, both the Klingon Empire and the Federation will be doomed.
Engineer, ready to go.
Captain's log, supplemental. The away team successfully escorted Ambassador Worf out of Kronos. We beamed them aboard the Incursion to discuss our next course of action. Worf believes that the Wardens have compromised several members of the Klingon government. If so, it is essential that we return to Kronos and restore stability to the Klingon Empire. Ambassador Worf insists he can convince Chancellor Martok that the Wardens are responsible for misleading the Council toward a course of war. Worf is a Klingon of courage and honor, and I trust his diplomatic abilities. I will organize an away team to escort Worf directly to the Klingon High Council chambers. Once we breach the security patrols, we will force an audience with Chancellor Martok and attempt to avert a costly war between the Klingons and the Federation.
Select your entire team, now. The Beta Quadrant is bracing for the threat of war. The Wardens have manipulated the Klingon High Council to revoke the Khitomer Peace Accords. It is believed that Chancellor Martok is privately opposed to a conflict with the Federation, but he requires evidence of the Warden's plot before he can move against a united council. The team will start here, where there is no shield prohibiting beam-in. You must locate Martok by sneaking through the front gates of Kronos, the capital city of the Klingon Empire. Once inside, find and deactivate the security containment field protecting the High Council chamber. When you encounter Martok, it is imperative that you convince him to defuse this critical situation.
The final battle is upon us. We will die with honor.
Comforting thought. Let's try to avoid any casualties.
I'm under attack.
I'm hit!
Watch your course. This is a stealth operation.
Perhaps we should take a more strategic approach. The opposition seems pretty heavy.
I'm under attack!
I'm under attack! I'm hit!
Sleeper. Good day to die. Sleeper.
I'm under attack! I'm under attack! Fuck roll!
I'm under attack!
Kashkalak! Kashkalak! Kabdinazi!
Kapla.
Gristan!
my actions will speak for me. Victory is ours.
Halt, Worf, son of Moog! You are not welcome here!
And what if you are wrong?
I will take that chance. War may be at hand, and you have chosen to side with these Federation lapdogs. Hold. Chancellor Martok will speak with you, Worf. However, your Federation escort must leave immediately while we contemplate their actions. We have lowered the shields of Federation soldiers. Get back to your ship before we take vengeance for our fallen comrades.
As you wish. Energize.
Because of the efforts of the away team, Ambassador Worf has convinced the Klingon Chancellor to speak with the High Council and prevent an attack on the Federation. Ambassador Worf will remain on Kronos to ensure that the Warden's influence does not spread throughout the Klingon Empire. During the mission, Commander Data made an important discovery. Commander?
After analyzing the Warden handheld device, we discovered a discrete subspace frequency system. Acting on the hypothesis that the Wardens used this subspace frequency to establish a galactic communications net, we attuned the incursion sensors to scan for Warden transmissions. The hypothesis proved to be correct. We have isolated the transmissions and identified the source, a distant planetoid called Neural 7. Starfleet has been informed of our discovery and has ordered the incursion to investigate the source of the transmissions immediately.
Because of Commander Data's resourcefulness, we've been able to track the Warden's subspace communication net. Data has discovered that the Wardens on the Klingon home planet were receiving commands from a distant Federation mining outpost orbiting the planet Neural 7. I've ordered the incursion to approach Neural 7, disguised as a supply vessel. Starfleet has not had contact with the outpost for several weeks since the outpost's last transmission complained of damage to their communication systems. The away team will beam aboard and investigate.
We've upgraded our grenades with a stun effect. A setting on the grenade will allow you to select for maximum damage or stun.
Select your entire team, now. The team will beam in here and find their way to the security console to open the security doors protecting the bridge. From here, go to the bridge and access the central databanks. Do not be seen by the guards, or the database may be erased. We suspect these Federation personnel are Wardens, so accomplish your goal by whatever means necessary.
Where are we? This isn't the space station. We must have been beamed down to the planet below. But where's the rest of the team? And where is my tricorder? I can see some kind of temple structure nearby. Maybe some answers can be found there.
I am effectively pinned down. I wonder where the captain is.
Do not fear. I am only here to monitor. I was curious to see whether you would complete the trial. Your team's impressive tenacity is only matched by their skills. You will all make perfect agents. Once you have joined us, you can go back to your incursion starship and spread the way.
For some reason, they have moved away. The time is now.
Affirmative.
Stop!
This area is restricted.
Yes, sir. Security officer ready.
For Bajor and the Federation.
It was all a hoax. I was being detained in a holodeck. Thankfully, they didn't have time to complete their research.
I can do this if I use my...
I'm hit!
Command officer ready.
Science officer
Yes, sir.
ready. Yes, sir.
I am curious. How many hosts has the symbiote joined with?
Brexen is the 13th host. She is proving to be the most interesting.
This area...
Yes, sir.
Give it up.
Damage sustained.
to go.
I am under attack.
I can do this if I use my computer skill.
Since the Wardens devised an elaborate trap for your away team, we have to assume that the Wardens know of the incursion's existence and believe it to be a threat. It's possible that there are still agents within Starfleet relaying information to the Wardens. Until we can determine the source of the leak, the USS Incursion has been granted authority to act autonomously. I've received countless reports that the Wardens are using handheld devices across the Federation. Now, we have one of these cranial necrotizers under analysis, but we still cannot isolate the contagion itself. If the Warden's influence continues to spread, it may become impossible to trust anyone. Continue your investigation and determine the next course of action to stop the Wardens, but do not report your whereabouts to anyone. I will continue to send information regarding the spread of the contagion for as long as I am able.
Captain Raffelian, we have decrypted the information recovered from Ural 7. A series of communications between Ural 7 and the neutral zone indicate that the main concentration of Warden activities is on Romulus, the Romulan homeworld. The communications detail an event called the Great Awakening, which will supposedly expose the entire Romulan population to the Warden contagion. Of course, we have to consider the authenticity of these communications, as the Wardens have demonstrated the ability to implant false information into their communication net.
I understand the risks, Commander. The Wardens know of our existence, and that makes them much more dangerous. But we must take the bait. If the answer is wait on Romulus, then we will enter the neutral zone and find those answers. We'll approach Romulus disguised as a warbird and beam an away team down to the Romulan homeworld itself.
Sir, I have developed a further enhancement to the herbal extractor. It can now be used to extract a paralysis toxin from specific plants on various worlds throughout the Alpha and Beta quadrants.
Select your entire team, now. This is a data spire of the Sub-Praetor. The entire team must get to this point so the control panel can surrender the information we need and disrupt the shield so the team can be beamed out. All Romulans near the data spire are carrying proximity detectors, so they will detect your Romulan disguises if you get too close to them. Since this is a high-security area, the team can only enter by showing an identification chip at this point. The team must steal the chip from this area. As this is an outlying province on Romulus, we are expecting security to be somewhat deficient. However, the away team's surgery is not perfect. Be careful.
Those are biofilters at the top of the stairs. We will have to hurry past them, as they will detect us within seconds.
Entry is forbidden to all except officials of the Sub-Praetor. Pardon me, citizen. I did not see your ID. You may pass. Strange. The biofilter is registering non-Romulan life signs. We'll have to recalibrate these scanners. I'll have to alert all guards to rely on their personal proximity sensors to detect for intruders.
Take me! Cameras, take me! Tavares?
I am under attack.
Yes, sir?
Dr. Sheila Thatcher's medical log. The Away team has discovered critical information regarding the Warden's plans for the Great Awakening. The Wardens are using advanced nanotechnology to spread their contagion. The Warden nanites are microscopic organisms capable of invading the brain of the host, causing significant damage to the limbic and parietal regions of the brain. The Wardens use small handheld devices to infect people with the nanite contagion. The nanites then proceed to reprogram the hosts, imprinting them with instructions from the Wardens. We have discovered that the Wardens have created factories to mass produce the nanites. Captain Rafellian intends to destroy these factories to prevent the contagion from spreading further.
Captain Rafellian, the analysis of the Romulan database has been completed. We have learned more details regarding the Great Awakening. The Wardens plan to infect and control the Romulan Empire. Should their test prove successful, the Wardens will contact their agents and attempt to control the other powers of the galaxy, including the Federation, Ferengi, Cardassians, Klingons, and even the Borg Collective.
And we'll have to make sure their plan stops here. I'll send a strike team to destroy the nanite factories immediately.
Sir, I have been adjusting and rebuilding the polarity on the Romulan invisibility band and have come up with a new matrix with enhanced stability. This should allow the device to work for longer periods of time before exhausting its power.
After months of collaborative research in stasis technology, we've succeeded in creating a portable stasis field generator. This device will allow you to trap enemies in a static bubble of time, preventing them from moving or attacking.
Select your entire team, now. Your team will beam in here. In order to gain access to the Romulan industrial sector, you will have to lower the guard bridges. Once you have gained access to the industrial sector, you must proceed to place antimatter charges at the 4 nanite distribution towers. You must also run a medical scan on the Romulans to see if they've been infected with the nanites.
Security officer ready.
Biomedical scan complete. I am detecting traces of nanite infection. This Romulan has been infected with the Warden contagion.
We now have access to the industrial facilities.
I'm wounded. I'm hit.
Federation dog.
I'm under attack. I'm under attack.
I'm under attack.
We have a medical emergency.
I'm under attack.
Federation.
I'm hit. I'm under attack. I'm hit. I'm under attack.
Your biological distinctiveness will be analyzed for resistance against the Borg invasion. Resistance is futile.
Commander Data's personal log. Our current situation is precarious. During the away team's mission on Romulus, a Borg cube entered orbit around Romulus and gripped the incursion in a tractor beam. Before we could react, a force of Borg drones beamed down to the planet's surface and captured the away team. Sensors indicate that the away team members have been taken to different areas within the Borg cube. The electromagnetic shields of the cube prevent us from beaming reinforcements aboard. However, I have been able to transmit a focused message through the cube's shielding. If I can make contact with the away team, I can instruct them how to disable the cube's tractor beam and shielding. Dr. Thatcher?
Data, what happened?
The Borg captured you and the rest of the away team. You were being held in a containment area within the Borg cube. Our sensors are detecting the other team members near your location. You should be able to revive them with hyposprays. However, the Borg electromagnetic shields are preventing us from beaming you out. You will have to locate the rest of your team and disable 3 of the local power nodes. When the nodes are disrupted, we will then be able to beam you off the cube.
My oath binds me.
Resistance is futile. We are Borg.
Unconscious but still alive.
You will be assimilated.
I'm hit.
You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Where am I?
We were captured by the Borg. We need to find the rest of the away team and shut down the power nodes. Once we disable the nodes, Data's standing by to beam us back to the incursion.
Borg cubes are so stuffy. No plants, no trees, no fresh air. Everything here is synthetic. Let's finish the mission quickly so we can leave this place. Defense officer ready to go.
Affirmative.
We are Borg.
I'm hit.
You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. We are Borg.
I'm under attack!
You will be assimilated.
I'm hit!
Damage sustained.
We are Borg. Resistance is
I'm
futile.
under attack!
Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated. We are Borg. Resistance is futile. We
I'm under
are
attack.
Borg.
True.
Resistance is futile.
I'm hit.
Yes, sir.
Captain, we are departing the sector at warp factor 6. The Borg have slowed to impulse and appear to be ending their pursuit.
Strange. The Borg are not known for leniency. Why would they let us go? The damage we inflicted was minimal.
Captain, some of the information I collected on the Borg cube may answer your question. My scans indicated extensive internal trauma caused by an intense conflict among the microscopic nanites in their bodies. The Borg's immune defense nanites are fighting a system of foreign nanites, and it appears the Borg are losing. I believe the Warden contagion is actually a modified system of Borg nanites programmed to control its host. If the Wardens are using advanced Borg technology to spread their contagion, it would explain why we've had so much difficulty detecting and diagnosing it. The Borg must have created the serum to fight the Warden nanite contagion. The serum might also be in conflict with the Borg's implanted systems. This may be why they can't seem to use it on themselves.
Thank you, Doctor. At least now we know what we're up against. Captain's log supplemental. The Romulan Empire has been paralyzed by an internal war caused by the spread of the Warden contagion. Those still unaffected by the contagion are fighting their infected brethren across Romulan space. Although the Borg destroyed the factories on Romulus, the Wardens continue to gather followers at an alarming rate. Commander Data has intercepted numerous communications from a Romulan resistance force. The Romulans unsuccessfully attacked a Warden nanite factory under construction on Chetsia 3. We need to return to Chetsia 3 and destroy the new factory. No doubt their defenses will be stronger since our last visit. No matter what the risk, the Wardens must not be allowed to create factories capable of mass-producing their contagion.
Select your entire team now. This is your beam-in point. We need to access the computer on Chetsia 3 and download schematic details about the nanites. To mask our presence from the Wardens, the team will plant false information about power fluctuations in the plasma inductors. To promote further confusion, the team will also implant a fake distress message in the communications array. This subterfuge will help to cover our escape. You must place charges next to each of the pods to ensure total destruction of the target. We have also received odd sensor readings from certain locations on the surface consistent with cloaking technology. Use your tricorder for assistance, and be careful entering the complex.
Romulan scientists are adept at creating cloaked mines. We should be very careful here. Romulans are not above mining their own territories.
Receiving damage.
Commander, I must say that I admire your combat skill. Your tribe must be a fierce one.
The Maori have always been proud warriors, just like Andorians.
Federation intruder.
The mind meld has been severed. Under attack. The mind meld has been severed.
Intruder!
I'm hit! I'm hit!
I've been wounded.
Under attack.
The false information has been successfully implanted.
Intruder!
I'm under fire! I'm hit!
Must focus beyond pain.
Do this if I use my computer skill. The fake signal has been implanted successfully.
Requesting medical assistance. Personnel down. We have unwelcome. We have a medical emergency. Medical assistant.
I am under attack. I am under attack.
team performed exceptionally on their mission to eliminate the Warden nanite factory on Chetsia 3. But despite our best efforts, it seems the Warden's movement is gaining momentum. We can't lose hope. Our actions may have bought us the precious hours needed to make the difference. We are leaving Romulan space and returning to the neutral zone. Our sensors have detected a distress call from a rogue Federation vessel. It is likely that the Wardens have attacked the vessel. I'm forming an away team to investigate the situation. Captain's log supplemental. We have returned to Federation space to investigate a distress signal from the USS Monitor. Federation communication channels are jammed with countless other distress calls from ships and outposts suffering from various disturbances. Time is running against us. While the Monitor appears to be stable, a strange electromagnetic field is blocking our sensors from scanning the interior of the ship. We must assume that the ship is suffering from the same fate as the Late Gulf and is likely under attack from the Warden contagion. Hopefully our intervention can save lives before the entire ship is lost. I will assemble a search and rescue away team immediately.
Select your entire team, now. This is as close to engineering as you can be beamed in. Make your way to the warp core in engineering via this turbolift. Preliminary readings indicate that there are Starfleet officers on board. Any Starfleet personnel must be checked for nanites before being transported back to the ship. To lower the containment fields blocking your path, you must bypass the Borg security systems at these panels.
A sound strategy.
Ready and able.
We are Borg.
TIE under attack!
Resistance is futile.
Yes?
The officer's vitals are not showing any signs of the nanites. He is cleared for transportation back to the ship.
Be assimilated. Resist is futile.
I'm hit! I need assistance.
The officer's vitals are not showing any signs of the nanites. He is cleared for transportation back to the ship.
We are Borg. You
Red
will
alert.
be assimilated.
The controls for the containment field have been rerouted to the bridge. These rerouted subsystem entries indicate the Borg are trying to make an interplexing beacon using the ship's deflector dish. We must disable the deflector dish and shut off the emergency containment field. Sir, I've rerouted the bridge's security system and lowered the containment field to the turbo lift. However, the turbo lift leading to the bridge has been damaged, so we'll have to bypass that tube and get to Deck 9. From there, we should be able to gain access to the bridge.
Resistance
You are not
is
armed
futile.
correctly. You must be destroyed.
A sound strategy.
The officer's vitals are not showing any signs of the nanites.
Sir.
He is cleared for
I can do
transportation
this.
back to
This
the
I can
ship.
do.
We are Borg. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
The officer's vitals are not showing any signs of the
Ready
nanites.
and able.
He is cleared for transportation back to the ship. For Beta Z and the Federation. Sir. The officer's vitals are not showing any signs of the nanites. He is cleared for transportation back to the ship.
We are Borg.
I can do this if I use my computer skill. The containment field in engineering has been taken down. We must get back to engineering to assess the warp core's integrity. The deflector dish has also been disabled. The Borg will not be able to use the deflector dish as an interplexing beacon. It seems we have triggered a Borg security system. The shield's frequencies have been changed. The ship seems to be pulling away from the incursion's tractor beam, and the destination coordinates put the ship's course right through the middle of a nearby star. I cannot reset these commands as the computer has locked out all manual control. Beam out from here is also impossible. We need to get to the warp core in engineering. From there, we can manipulate the shield frequencies to allow the incursion to beam us out.
You will be assimilated. You assimilated.
Hurt.
We are Borg. We
Red
are
alert.
Borg.
I'm hit.
Resistance is futile.
Engineer, ready to go.
We have isolated your positions. I will now beam you aboard.
The away team managed to save some of the Monitor's original crew members. As a precaution, they will be treated with the Borg serum and questioned later. It seems the Borg viewed the Monitor as an infection that needed to be destroyed. They destroyed the starship by plotting a course straight into the nearby sun. Before the away team departed the vessel, the Borg posed an intriguing offer. They offered to meet in the Devron system to discuss the Warden threat. I have noted a strong objection from Engineer Brexin Ajula in this log, an understandable position considering her previous encounter with the Borg. The Borg would make unpredictable but powerful allies. We will head to the Devron system to hear their proposal. We arrived in the Devron system and found a Borg cube waiting. They have asked us to send a team to discuss a possible alliance. I should probably submit myself to sickbay for a psychiatric examination for agreeing to this meeting, but we have no other options. I don't particularly like the idea of sending an away team to meet with the Borg unprepared. The away team will be well armed with new weaponry should the Borg fail to cooperate.
Sir, my cooperative work with Chief Science Officer Verov has finally yielded fruit. The medical officer's neural disruptor has been successfully modified to enable a carrier wave to transmit its energy. This will allow medical personnel to use their neural disruptors on targets from an extended distance.
Select your entire team, now.
The Borg beamed Brexin away. I knew this was a trap. My tricorder indicates she's now northeast of here.
Get off me! Get your Borg...
I think it's time we disposed of these Borg permanently.
The Collective would agree. This ship is not Borg. The hive mind is collapsing with the nanite strain. Borg exist here that do not work for the Collective. Destruction of terminals and power nodes in this area must occur for the ship to lose cohesion, and the Collective cleanse that these not Borg. We have taken many redundant systems offline to assist. Many areas have been irradiated to halt the nanite progress. This has not succeeded. The not Borg are trying to derive a nanite solution from the one you know as Brexin Ajula. This must not occur. We must be removed from the Collective. We are not Borg.
The Borg want this cube destroyed? Is the Warden nanite that powerful?
It must be, for the Collective to completely write this cube off. In this case, I say we help them out.
Be careful, everyone. The Borg will adapt to our phases after a few hits.
You will be assimilated. You will be assimilated. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Cameras, hate me!
Resistance is futile. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
On it.
Evasive maneuvers.
Futile. Resistance is out.
I should be able to use my terminal repair skill on this.
Resistance is futile.
Focus beyond
You
pain.
will be assimilated.
I'm hit!
I'm under attack!
Resistance.
Red alert.
Is futile. Resistance. You is resistance. We are assimilated.
I am
I'm hit! Cameras, hey!
damage sustained. Damage sustained.
I'm under attack!
Logical.
You
Damage
will be
sustained.
assimilated.
A sound strategy.
Is futile. Resistance.
I'm under attack!
Will be assimilated. You will be assimilated. We are born will be assimilated. You will be assimilated. You will be Resistance is futile.
Of course. While I was captured, I linked with the Borg Collective. I found that the Borg planned to attack the source of the Warden threat. The location of the Warden headquarters is on the planet Vulcan. The Borg captured me to complete their serum against the Warden contagion. My Trill biochemistry must produce a substance that attacks the contagion.
Let's get the team off this death trap. We managed to beam the away team back just as the Borg cube exploded. Although the Borg proved to be untrustworthy, Chief Engineer Ajula gathered some very important information. The Borg perceive the Wardens as a dangerous adversary that could eventually usurp them. To prevent the Warden's influence from spreading, the Borg plan to strike at the Warden's center of power, a hidden base on Vulcan where the Warden Masters direct their converted followers. It's difficult for me to believe that this terrible contagion could have originated from Vulcan, a peaceful Federation planet. Still, we must depart for Vulcan immediately and investigate this base. The incursion has entered orbit around the planet Vulcan disguised as the USS Lake Gulf. Using coordinates from the Borg cube, our sensors have found a base within a particularly treacherous region on Vulcan's surface. The information from the Borg indicates that the base has recently become a major facility for the Warden's operations. Sensors have detected a large force of Vulcans guarding the area. The away team must rely on all their training to succeed here.
Select your entire team, now. Your primary objective is to make your way to the main processing terminal and download all information pertaining to the Wardens or the Serum. Your team must not allow the Vulcans to activate the security system. If you are detected, you must stop the Vulcans before they can reach the security panels.
The Groku Valley. During the time of awakening, Surak first taught his disciples the way of logic in this very valley. The Warden's presence here is an affront to Surak's memory.
Opposition will be eradicated.
I have received your first scan of the pods. In order to pinpoint the time frame in which the pods were used, we will need a reading from the second pod as well.
Will be eradicated.
Receiving damage.
I can do this if I use my security skill.
Opposition will be eradicated.
I'm hit.
Resist. Logic will
I'm hit.
Position
I'm hit.
will be eradicated.
Receiving damage.
Resistance is not.
I am under attack.
Damage sustained.
Resistance is not logical. Logic will
I'm hit.
We have analyzed the readings of the pods, and it seems they were activated less than 8 hours ago. This would explain the increase in Vulcan security around the outpost.
Damage sustained.
Opposition
I'm under
will be
attack.
eradicated. Resistance. Finally, we have you. Logic dictated that you would attempt to access our mainframe. It is fortunate that you are predictable creatures. Despite your efforts, we have released the nanites throughout the quadrant. Your failure will ensure a greater destiny for the...
We will see who has who. Now, Commander Data.
An interesting but ultimately illogical tactic. It is too late. You have lost.
Things aren't always what they seem. Incursion, we're ready for transport.
Captain's log, stardate 54991.5. The Wardens released the nanites on an unsuspecting galactic populace, and the results are staggering. Orders have been issued from the home world of every empire in the Alpha and Beta quadrants for their ships to return to the nearest friendly world or space station and await further instructions. It is plainly obvious that most of the galactic empires have fallen under Warden control. I have just received a communique from Admiral Nola Tai that we are to abandon our mission and return to Earth immediately, so I can only assume that Starfleet Command has been compromised as well. Our last hope is that we can somehow convince the captured Vulcan to stop the Warden menace. Captain's log supplemental. We administered the Borg serum to the captured Vulcan and freed him from the influence of the Wardens. The Vulcan divulged the location of the Prime Hive, the main base where the Master controls the Wardens and the nanite factories. He also explained that the Warden Master utilizes a control device that allows him to task the nanite factories across the galaxy. The Vulcan warned us that the base houses vast storage facilities containing swarms of nanites. The away team must be careful to avoid these swarms in order to prevent contracting the contagion. The away team I choose must reach the control device and find a way to destroy the nanites. The alternative is unthinkable. The destruction of the Wardens and their contagion is at hand.
Select your entire team, now. Here is where the team is starting. From here, make your way to the security console and deactivate the containment fields in the area. The team must then penetrate the Vulcan temple. Once inside, download the security codes that will grant the science officer access to the computer guarding the Warden base. There are cameras at key locations equipped to unleash nanites. Also, you must avoid the nanite pods, as these could release the nanite contagion against your crew. All of our training comes down to this. The fate of the Federation rests in your hands.
Vulcans involved in such a plot to overthrow the galactic empires is very illogical. This Vulcan Sec, in particular, was demonstrating great promise in conquering Bendai syndrome.
It just goes to show you what a bunch of Vulcans can do when they have an emotional drive.
Attention, Warden brothers. We have lost communication with the main processing outposts, and their redundant systems seem to be malfunctioning. It is likely that intruders are attempting to stop us. The base is going to full alert.
Resistance is not...
I'm hit! I'm under attack!
Halt. Receiving. Meld has been severed.
Medical.
I am...
Medical emergency. Trigger.
I'm hit!
Need medical beam.
I'm under attack! I'm under attack!
Dorsex, attack me!
I am under attack.
Opposition.
I'm hit! I'm under attack! I'm under attack!
Trigger. Opposition will be eradicated. resistance is not logical.
Cossack's attack me! I'm hit!
I am under attack.
Into the belly of the great beast we go.
Slovak, your enhanced mind meld skill is extraordinary. How did you come to develop it?
A slight cranial aberration allows my brain to hyperregulate the flow of acetylcholine and other neurotransmitters. This augmentation allows me to perform a unique mind meld.
Logic
damage sustained
will be eradicated.
So, you have managed to infiltrate our inner sanctum. Your persistence is not logical. There can only be one outcome. The Alpha and Beta quadrants will soon join the Wardens in attaining a state of absolute logic. Even the Borg will join us soon. Now, we will show you the way.
I'm hit!
Security officer ready. Attack. Of course. For the Federation.
This ends here. Submit and embrace the way of pure logic. You have no choice.
I'm hit!
Trigger the...
Товарищ?
What's happened? I feel emotions again. The control! The control has been taken from me! I can't stop the torrent of feelings! I am Vulcan! My mind is pure! Hey! Anger! Oh, there are so many other sensations!
You have freed our minds from the control of the virus. As you can see, our Master Nikal is not well. When he began suffering from Bendai syndrome, we attempted to cure his condition with an experimental virus constructed from Borg technology. We erroneously calculated that we could safely harness the Borg nanites.
Your miscalculation sounds like arrogance uncharacteristic for a Vulcan.
Indeed. To save our master, we served the needs of the one above the many. We will accept the Federation's judgment of our crimes and assist you to repair the damage we have caused.
Away team to incursion. All mission objectives are complete. We have the Warden Master in custody. Beam us up.
Captain's Log Supplemental. It is with great satisfaction that I report the success of the Away Team's mission on Vulcan. The Away Team reprogrammed the control device on Vulcan to issue conflicting orders to the nanite factories across the galaxy. Within a few hours, antagonistic nanites attacked the Warden nanites and restored billions of beings to their normal states. It is regrettable that one Vulcan's search for a cure to his terrible ailment could have caused so much destruction. I've spoken with the newly restored Admiral Nolatai about the situation. The Admiral does not believe full disclosure is an option. Since the Warden contagion was Borg in nature, the Romulans, Klingons, and other empires will likely believe the contagion was a Borg attack against the galaxy. This solution maintains the incursion's anonymity and preserves the galactic peace. I have asked Admiral Nolatai to award commendations to all of the incursion crew members for their unwavering dedication to duty and the Federation.
Incoming message from Starfleet Command.
Captain Rafellian? Well, regrettably, I must suspend your crew's well-deserved shore leave. There's an escalating crisis on the Cardassian border that threatens several heavily populated Federation colonies. Your away team's special talents are needed again.
No rest for the wicked. We're on our way, Admiral.